Shit. There you go. Now you can hear me. There you can hear me. You can hear me now. I definitely got to turn the microphone on. Well, listen, I'm about to clip that out. Me just talking, not fucking can't hear shit. Anyway, that's Wednesday morning. Cup of coffee. You see the bird. You see the bird. It's football. But listen, I got one of two streams today. This stream is about all the shit that's been going on. Right? It's a lot of shit that's been going on, and so I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on that. The second stream, which will be simulcast on my Facebook as well here on YouTube, will be about football, NFL. You know, it's well, it's 7 months and it's finally back, baby. It's finally back. So football. Most of my Facebook people wait for me to come back this year. And this year, I'm not gonna just keep my page closed to the fucking goddamn friends only. I'm gonna release a lot of my shit to the public because it's football, and I talk a lot of shit doing football. So if you're a big football fan, the second stream will be for you today. It will be after I get done with this first stream because we're gonna cover the Cowboys-Eagle game for tomorrow. We got Kansas City playing in Brazil on Friday, then all the teams on Sunday. Then I think we got a Monday night football game. So I'm gonna cover all that in my next stream. But today, I want to talk about Rajah Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son. And I've been waiting. I seen when it broke out a couple weeks ago. Everybody was jumping all on that shit. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the WWE going the right direction. They from the merge with ESPN. There's a lot of stuff going on about that. I'm also going to talk about Trump's health. And then I'm going to talk about the shit with Hussein Farhat because there is still some shit going on with that, actually. And so I'm going to cover all that. But let's address the big elephant in the room. And I'm expecting people to start filtering in later on because this is a morning stream. I didn't even announce it to the Discord and everything. So I'm not expecting a lot of people to show up. They normally do when I get done streaming. Let's talk about Rajah Jackson. Quentin Jackson, son, Rampage Jackson. And I'm not going to waste too much time on this, all right? There's a poll up, and I know you guys will see the poll, and then you guys will answer the poll the way that you want to answer it here in a second. First off, you have to realize it, and this is something that a lot of streamers have in common. A lot of content creators, for some reason, have the same thing in common. They'll let people ruffle their feathers, okay? And I want you to keep that in mind, all right? There's a reason why I'm saying that before I give my overall analysis on things, okay? Knox Pro Wrestling event out in LA, right? Rajah was invited there by AJ, one of the wrestlers there, okay? And he was on CT Fletcher podcast and the F Y'all podcast, and a lot of y'all went off about the guy being on the podcast. And after I watched the entire ordeal, right, I understood why a lot of you were pissed off about it, okay? But you have to understand, CT allowed the man to come on his podcast because they were friends to tell his side of the story. The reason why Rajah Jackson was there was because of AJ. AJ invited him there, okay? With that being said, for someone who actually has a brother in the professional wrestling business, okay, I do. Most of you, well, not all. I'm going to say most of you. Some of you know that. On the independent circuit in Texas. All right, he's a multiple champion across multiple promotions. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you, man. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I'm actually talking about it now, but I'm going to get to that, my analysis in a second. But for someone who actually has family inside of this business, okay, I understand that wrestlers have to stay in character, okay? When you go to a promotion, they're in character. But that doesn't mean that when people go to the back, that everyone is a part of the storyline. Keep that in mind. I have been to a lot of my brother's wrestling events, And until the event is over, a lot of people don't know that that's my brother until they see me sitting up there talking to him, and then he might introduce them, say, yeah, this is my brother XYZ, right? Psycho Stu, a combat vet. I'm a combat vet. Most of you know that. Them pictures right there behind me. That's me in Iraq right there. Right? I'm a combat vet. Okay. I also suffer from PTSD. And the one thing about post-traumatic stress that a lot of us, especially of my era combat vets, when you get out of service, a lot of times you tend to thrill seek things. You need the adrenaline rush because we get so used to being hyper vigilant in combat, not dropping our guards. So our brains get wired to have some type of a thrill seeking. We want something to happen so we can have a justification to do something versus sitting around and hurry up and waiting, right? So I know when I got out, the first thing I did was I got into racing. I wanted to drag race and do crazy shit to have the adrenaline rush. I didn't care about people around me and their safety at the time because I was actually miserable on the inside. And I did a lot of drinking and smoking and shit to numb the shit. Okay. So I'm speaking from a place of experience. But then kids came, midway through my marriage, still married, almost going on 20 years. And that slowed me down. My wife played a big factor in that too. But when the kids came, I really had to take a long, hard look at myself. Therapy helps. A lot of that stuff helps. So then I found a different outlet, and it's fitness. When I get angry, the best thing besides me trying to take some medication for my issues is to go and do something healthy to strengthen my resolve, strengthen my brain, strengthen my mental health. And I got into fitness. Psycho Stu got into wrestling. Now, if you watch the whole entire footage, you see Rajah Jackson streaming. I'm gonna get to that streaming shit in a minute. All right, I'm gonna get to that because see that's the problem with this generation too. That's a real big fucking problem, a real big fucking problem. And I'm gonna cover more about the downfall of that shit on my fitness channel starting next month in October. So look out for all that shit. There'll be a lot of health shit on that channel. And I'm gonna keep this channel primarily for reactions and comedy and dumb shit. So anyway, he's streaming. He's in the back, and then you see Psycho Stu ask him, do he know who he is? And Rajah said no, and Rajah introduced him, and Psycho Stu said he didn't know the fuck he was. And just I guess you can say harmful banter. I don't know you, you don't know me type shit, right? Well, I guess Psycho Stu thought he was in on the shit, so he went and got a beer can and hit him with it. Straight struck him with it. All right, hit him hard in a motherfucker too. He struck him with it. Now, Rajah was still in concussion protocol due to an injury he sustained, head injury he sustained at training. So, sometimes when you're concussed, you're not thinking straight anyway. Your brain's already scrambled, right? So it pissed him off. Psycho Stu apologized sincerely, I might add. Seemed like I didn't know, man. I thought you was in on the gimmick. He was having beef, I think, with AJ anyway. So, he's thinking that you're part of this. So, I gotta uphold his cameras rolling. I gotta do my job, right? Which that was the wrong thing to do because I'm gonna say it again. Not everybody that goes to the back where the guys, the fellas hang, right? I don't call them professional wrestlers, the fellas. Where they hang, they're not always a part of the storyline. And that's something that Psycho Stu should have asked. Are you part of the storyline? Or XYZ, I don't want to do anything or reveal too much, shit like that. Instead, he made a valid a wrong assumption, I should say, an invalid assumption, and hit the man with a beer can. So after the apologies and everything, then later on we see AJ telling him to get his receipt. Okay. Now in the wrestling business, receipt means payback. That means, let's say a wrestler, you're in the ring, you're doing your moves, the wrestler botched your move. Let's say you're supposed to sell an injury, but the wrestler botched the move that would have made you sell an injury. And the process, he got hurt. Like, not kayfabe, but really got hurt. Like, shoot, like he got hurt. Shoot means real. He got hurt. A receipt means I'm a get my lick back. I'm gonna hit you for real. I'm gonna do something midway through the match, and it's gonna hurt, and that's payback. Kind of like how New Jack threw Homeboy off of the ladders in ECW and almost broke his fucking neck because of what happened to him prior to that, when he fell off the ladder and almost killed himself. He fractured his brain a little bit with skull fracture and shit like that. So it's always payback. I think Farouk did to D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown injured him, if I recall, years ago. No, it wasn't not D'Lo Brown. Arm Man Johnson. And Farouk came out there and whooped his ass. It wasn't kayfabe, it was a shoot wrestling match. So he told him to get his receipt, but he left out that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 hits and leave it at that. He just told him to go out there and get some fucking payback. So then, and this is where Quentin Jackson, Rampage Jackson, comes into play too. Is he like father, like fucking son? Okay, and I'm gonna say it again. Stop streaming your business to the whole fucking world, because this is where Rampage looks bad. And I understand him as a father. He wasn't, in my opinion, at first trying to gaslight him. You know how fathers play with their sons, man. You got punked out, man. I ain't ready to be no punk. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You're looking bad. You carry my last name. That's how you feel. Like, you carry my last name. What the fuck, man? What did they fake ass wrestlers? Now, of course, I'm saying it again. They have to execute their moves, which are real. However, it's predetermined who's going to win that match via the storyline. But all of the stuff they do in the ring, that acrobatic shit, them chops, you know, those holes, that is legit real. And your body has to be able to withstand some of that shit. Them chair shots and shit, even though those are prop chairs and shit, that shit still hurts. It still causes pain. Diving off the top of a rope, landing on the mat isn't the most pleasant feeling in the world. Okay? So, and like I say, my brother does it. That's his life. He does it. So he be banged up sometimes just from practicing how to fall in the ring and how to get up from taking shots and chair shots and bamboo shots and shit. So it's legit real, but it's predetermined who's going to win based on storyline, right? So I guess Rampage wanted to get some clout on his stream, right? Which, once again, that's fucking stupid. Okay? So then Raja's pissed off now. My dad called me a bitch. I got a few people on my live stream calling me a pussy. So right there, he made a conscious decision, or you call it premeditated, that when I get in this ring, yeah, I was going to hit him maybe once or twice, you know, slap the shit out of him, you know, but now I'm going to get in this motherfucking ring. I got to prove my motherfucking manhood. Okay, AJ told me to get my receipt. I got my dad calling me a bitch. I got some complete strangers who I probably would never fucking meet stroking my ego. So now I gotta get in this motherfucking ring and prove to the whole world that I can kick this old man's ass. He's not really an old man, but he's middle-aged like me. I'm almost 40. Raja in his 20s. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass. And a fighter. He trains in combat sport. He's a fucking fighter like his daddy, right? So anyway, he got in the ring, picked up Psycho Stu. He went down on a hard fucking goddamn slam on the mat, right? It wasn't no typical suplex. Now, he picked him up and just slammed him head first, right? Knocked him out cold. He was knocked out dead. Now, maybe hitting him once or twice while he was on his back would have been justified. Then, you know, get out the ring, talking shit, and got out the fucking ring. But anger, frustration, daddy issues, image issue, a lot of frustration for what Psycho Stu did to him. He got castrated pretty much on his live stream. So everybody seen him get hit by a beer can. All of that festered in that young man's mind. Plus, he's dealing with a concussion. and he blacked out and beat the man's ass. I mean, beat the shit out of him. I mean, the man lost teeth. He's out the hospital now, recovering well at home, from what I read before I came on live. So prayers to him. I mean, fucked him up bad. Okay? Then he's leaving the arena, and a couple of wrestlers came outside, egging him on, saying, if you want to go viral, come get some over here. Now, listen, some of those wrestlers actually got hands. See, a lot of people believe just because they act that they can't fight. Some of those wrestlers are in very good shape. They have some hands. But, of course, Raja didn't want to have nothing to do with that. He was trying to leave blood on him and all that shit. And then everybody went to uproar. Everybody with the racial shit. Everybody saying he was in the wrong. Everybody saying that he deserved to go to jail. Well, I got news for you. Y'all ready for this fucking news? That man's not going to jail. Why is that? Well, wrestling is a contact sport. And when you agree to take some receipts in the ring, you agree to mutual combat. And when two parties agree to mutual combat, no matter how bad it might get, even if the man would have died in the ring, Raja wouldn't have went to jail. Even if the state of California would have pursued charges, they still would have had an uphill battle because Psycho Sue assumed that he was a part of the promotion, or at least a part of the storyline that AJ was involved in, and decided while the man was filming virally on his Instagram or Twitch, whatever the fuck he was on, to hit this man with a beer can. A fully loaded beer can, I believe. Do you not know that if he would have hit him the wrong way, that too could have been fatal? Once again, I'm not taking up for Raja's behavior. Don't get it twisted. I'm so over that respiration shit. I'm over that shit. I'm talking about that in a second too. That his actions, to a certain degree, were justifiable. Okay? Now, hitting them 27 times may not have been pretty, and it probably wasn't justifiable even after the fifth hit. But however, he told him, man, you can get your receipt. He got his fucking ass beat was the receipt. Whether you guys like it or not, ain't nothing gonna happen. Period. Because two men agreed to get it on in the ring. If they would have told Raja not to get in the ring, do not get involved, and that would have been caught on camera, and he would have gotten there anyway and then beat this man without being told not to get in the ring and get your receipt, without this man agreeing to something like that, then you will have a case. All this is staged. Hey, that man lost teeth. That man got his ass beat. That man stayed in the hospital for almost a week, unconscious, damn near in a coma, with severe head trauma. That is not a shoot. That he got brutality. He got beat up. It was staged, man. Ain't nothing happen. Of course, ain't nothing gonna happen. They told him to get in the ring and get a receipt. Why would the cops get in the ring and take this man to jail? As far as the cops know, he's a part of the show. And I'm pretty sure the cops investigated after the fact. Because the cops say, well, it was agreed upon with mutual combat. There's nothing we can do. Our hands are fucking tied. That's the only thing that saved Raja Jackson's ass. His live stream of AJ telling him to get in the ring, get a receipt. The guy telling Psycho Stu midway through our match, allow him to do something, and then that'll be his signal to get into the ring. Psycho Stu agreed to it. Therefore, the agreements amongst competitors sealed the fucking deal. A lot of y'all just mad because it was a black man beating up a white man. That's really what it was about. That's a lot of y'all are mad because of that. Had it been a white man beating a black man, a lot of black motherfuckers would have been pissed off about it. They would have hollered, that's some racist ass shit. But since the black man with the white man's ass, a lot of you white motherfuckers are mad about it, calling this some racist ass shit. But Psycho Stu hit the man with a beer can unprovokingly for no reason. It all started because of that. Because of that. Now, James, you said something about respirations. I was just talking with a guy the other day. I'm gonna say something real quick about all this shit too. See, I'm black with some Indian. Okay. I don't give a fuck about reparations. Because what happened in the 1800s, 1700s, has absolutely dog shittery to do with me. Nothing. My great grandparents and they kids up to maybe my great grandparents, I could understand their reason of getting compensated. This is 2025. Michael Jordan is black, but he's a billionaire. Oprah Winfrey is black, but she's a billionaire. Ready for this one? Tyler Perry is black, and he's a billionaire. Jay-Z, Beyonce. We just had a black president. We done had a black female vice president. I live in Georgia. We got black mayors around this motherfucker. Black chief policeman. And the point I'm getting at is the opportunity is there for black folks to do something with themselves. But instead, we sit there and complain like we are entitled to some shit that happened in the 1700s, 1800s and shit. We ain't entitled to a motherfucking thing. We ain't entitled to shit. See, America was built on the backs of the blacks. We know that. We know the railroads. We know all that. But we was done wrong by the people who have since been dead, and we still hold on to wanting reparations. If black folks would put their time into something productive, I'm serious. If they would put their time, because I believe we're one of the most strongest, if not the strongest race of people. From what we had to endure, all those ass beatings and shit, and being marginalized, I believe our race, and I'm like I said, I'm Indian as well. I believe that our race of people can do so much better. But electronics. Kids don't want to go outside and play. Black men done forgot how to be black men. A lot of them don't have calluses on their hands and shit up here. They don't want to do hard work with their hands. They don't want to do yard work. They'll ride a lawnmower. They don't want to walk to the store or ride a bike to a store. They'll catch a hoverboard to the store. Bodies done got soft. Testosterone done got low. That means they drive as men and came down. They want to work at home or stream and Twitch and all that stupid shit. They have no sense of direction. I have seen more black women fill the shoes of black men. Understand what I'm getting at here. Respirations, 40 acres in a mule. What are you gonna put? You gonna put a mule at? You see all these goddamn land being brought left and right for housing and infrastructure and shit. Go get a job, work, be productive. Do y'all not realize that if more people actually go to work, still sit at home and work, but like go to work in the economy and actually work and pay taxes, not trying to beat the system, defraud the government? Do you know that inflation will come down? The moment that you get a call saying you got to report to the office to work, I'm afraid of COVID. I don't want to work. I can't do it. But you're fired. That's bullshit because I don't want to know. You're fired. You still worried about COVID 5 years later? It's going to be around forever. So that if that's your excuse not to want to come back to work in the office, then you're fired. Black men don't want to do shit but sit on the internet all motherfucking day, make content, and cry and complain when shit don't go their way. Black women is doing more construction jobs. I kid you not. I'm seeing them out there with the signs directing traffic because niggas don't want to work. They don't want to do shit. They want to fuck, bust nuts, and play Dungeons and Dragons all goddamn day long. They all on Facebook every day in everybody's motherfucking business. But they ain't got their own business. That's why I say fuck reparations. You know, you need to reparize your ass and go to work. That's what a lot of niggas need to do. Need to go to work. Make something out yourselves. Stop waiting for handout. And Trump is a stingy motherfucker. I'm about to talk about him in a second. He's a stingy motherfucker. Trump is taking everything. Trump is even cutting funding to the children's sector for brain cancer. That's just how maniacal Trump is, just so he can take money and put it towards the borders. But you got kids with brain cancer. So he's saying now it's the parents' responsibility to have the insurance so the insurance can cover whatever cancer your child may have. And it's for research. He's taking funding from research so we can have better research on the cancer so we can have more preventative stuff to combat the cancer. So if you think Trump gonna give y'all some respiration, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Trump is trying to tariff every motherfucking body and make people pay their dues and then put all that money toward the borders and shit. Trump ain't worried about putting money back into the state level. That's the state's job. That's our job, which sucks, but that's how government works. The federal government is supposed to take care of you. You're supposed to take care of yourself. And I get a check from the federal government, but guess what? It's not enough to make my ends meet, so I got to do other stuff to make ends meet. I can't apply for fucking goddamn food stamps and shit. Made too much in this bitch. But bills is high as fuck. So, hey, well, shit, before I try to fucking goddamn beat the system, I'm going to just go out to make money the right way. Hence, personal training. Hence, my wife got a job. Hence, you got to do what the fuck you got to do. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, shit, food prices getting too expensive. I got to apply for food stamps. I got a garden in the backyard. Go out there and plant, put some food, go fishing. Hunt, motherfucker. But people were, well, I ain't got no meat in my freezer. So do you know how to fish? You know how to catch you some squirrels? Huh? You know how to go out there and till you some property in the back of your house if you're in an apartment and put some seeds in the ground or make you a above the ground garden and eat? Get you some seasoning. Make sure you put some basil and shit back there, some seasoning, some herbs, so you can cook. Some of us want fast food every day. Then, when you realize you went through all your fucking money, you will sit there and look real fucking stupid. Instead of you learning how to cook, instead of you learning how to make a way for yourself, you'll eat fast food all day, then make it seem like the government owes you more money. Some of y'all ain't never picked up a fucking goddamn pot and pan in your whole life and don't know how to do shit. Half of y'all can't even make bologna sandwiches. Can't do shit for yourselves. And you're highly capable of doing something for yourself, but you don't want to do nothing for yourself. You are a codependent motherfucker. Then some of y'all think you're too smart and too educated, but it's lacking so bad in common sense that calling you stupid will be a fucking, I guess, a ceremonious statement. Some of y'all think y'all ready for shit, ain't ready for shit. And that's just facts. Some of y'all need to sit the fuck down and really think about what your future's gonna be. That's what some of y'all need to do. If shoe fit wear. Cause some of y'all, I be sitting back, I look at certain YouTube channels and shit, and I look at certain people in my life and around the world. Some of y'all can't find your asshole from your mouth. I'm just gonna be blunt with you. That's it. Listen, Jamie, I see it quite often, especially around holidays. You got to be a sad motherfucker. You got to be a sad motherfucker to take your kids outside with you and beg. I just came from the preseason game, and the Titans came down here a couple weeks ago and beat the Falcons right in preseason. And I was leaving the stadium, and I was getting to where I parked my car at. I ain't gonna tell you what deck I parked my car in because ain't y'all bidding on anybody trying to steal cars and shit. Well, I was getting to the parking garage. It was this black chick with her kids. She wasn't making eye contact. You know what she was saying? Do y'all mind sparing about $20 for me and my kids to have something to eat, somewhere to stay for the night? Do y'all mind sparing $20 so I can have something to eat for my kids and we can stay for the night? It was rehearsed in her head. She been saying so much that it's just second nature. Got her little kids out there. It was kind of cool that night. Huddled up outside the motherfucking road. Because you don't want to get your ass up and try to get you a job. I got a news flash for all you motherfuckers that try to play system. A lot of people don't carry cash on them. A lot of us carry plastic cards. Get with the times. Y'all be at the corner trying to stop cars. Don't nobody carry cash on them. If they do, it's because maybe they want a little cash to leave tips. But the average person having hundreds of dollars in his or her pockets, that's old. You can literally have your phone and use your phone as a credit card now. Don't nobody have cash on them. It's sad that y'all don't want to go out and try to make something out yourselves. It's sad. You will sit there and beg. After some of us have already spent $100-something inside of a fucking stadium, you want us now to give you more money. And how do we know you ain't got a nice home? How do we know you ain't beating the system? And you might be homeless. But how do we know you're taking that money and giving it to your kids? Because she was a big bitch. Need kids like they haven't eaten in days. Some of them get money and buy crack and drugs and shit and won't feed their kids. But they have their kids sitting out there so you can feel bad. Guess what? I have 2 children. They have to eat too. They have to eat too. I have a wife. She has to eat too. I have to eat. We all have to eat. And it's mainly black folks that are homeless for some odd reason. Well, that tells me stop depending on government and the welfare. Take your ass to work. Stop giving all your money away to the streets and to the clubs and shit, shaking your asses and shit. Get smart with your money. Invest it somewhere. Don't try to live outside your motherfucking means. Don't try to be someone that you know you can't be or try to portray your fucking self to be. And figure it the fuck out. That's what's wrong with my people. White folks have it too. Mexicans have it too. But black folks, they buy into being weak. So therefore, we will stay weak as a race because a lot of us don't have the testicular fortitude as men to want to change something about ourselves. And for you bougie ass women that want to be all on the Instagram and Facebook all damn day and stuff, motherfucking goddamn trying to take care of your kids and help raise your kids, you part of the problem too. See, asking for water, I can dig that. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Then I'm gonna transition to Trump, and then I'm gonna transition to Hussein Farhat, and then the WWE. Cause I know Jamie, I know you gonna give me some good advice, good input on something I'm gonna ask you. Then I'm gonna start a new stream up about football, and then I'll be done for today. I will be back hopefully on Friday for another stream, but there'll be more of a reaction stream. So I'm working on that too. When I lived in Texas, right in Central Texas, Killeen, Fort Hood, I used to frequently visit Austin quite often. And I would always go down 35 to Riverside. And a lot of you know where that's at. Cross over the Colorado River, Lake Travis, Lady Bird Lake. A lot of you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Down there in A-Town, Austin, Texas. There was a vet. And I knew he was a vet. Right? That once he realized that I was a vet, because my car would let you know, DV plates let people know that's a disabled vet. And so, and I in Texas, out here in Georgia, you can't have your combat ribbon with DV. You either got to have a DV plate with a handicap man, which I don't really like the handicap man. I may feel like I don't need a fucking wheelchair. In Texas, I didn't have to have the handicap symbol. I had an option not to have it. So what I did, I had DV, and I would have my Iraq plate with the DV and all that stuff, right? Let you know I'm a disabled veteran of the United States Armed Forces and a veteran of the Iraqi War. So, you know, I'm not handicapped. I just have some injuries and disabilities from combat. But I hear you got to either get your combat plate or a DV plate. So in Texas, he seen the car one day. I had a 370Z nitrous field back there. I used to run nitrous in the motherfucker. Like, it was fucking legit. And he had a sign that says, I just want a couple of dollars for a cold beer. Now, see, when you're honest like that, I got no problem giving you $2 for an ice cold beer. It's hot in Austin. He's a vet. He has a little tent by the tree. He stayed right there. So I knew he wasn't lying. The man had a basket. He lived right off the freeway. I was always worried about somebody might come down from off of 6th Street drunk one night and might ride over the curb and hit him and kill him. But they had a little encampment right there, and he always just wanted $2. And every time he see me, he would say, "There go my speed racing buddy." I'll always have $2.50 for him. He'll get a little $2.50, maybe get a couple more dollars, and then he would take his ass to the Exxon, not that far up the street, and get my ice cold fucking beer. And he'll come right back, sit in his little tent, maybe have some ramen noodles or some already edible foods to go, have a little fire going, warm it on up, eat it, drink his beer, chill out for a little bit, and go right back out there and ask for a couple more dollars. But he wasn't, it wasn't like he was lying. He just wanted an ice cold beer. I have no problem with that. But when you bring your kids and shit out there and you begging, that is some slimy ass shit. And that's what's wrong with our race. Let's talk. I'm off of Raja now. The man's not going to jail. He don't deserve to go to jail. And he don't deserve to pay Stu no money neither, before I forget. But if he decides to pay him some money for his injuries from going overboard, or maybe rampage for lighting his son up, gaslighting his son up, then a lot of people might. It don't matter about the people. Listen, it don't matter about the people. It do not matter what people think. What matters is the man isn't dead. That's the first damn thing. So if he does decide to pay Psycho Stu anything, I think it'll make Psycho Stu feel better. Pay for some teeth or some shit, you know. He does that. I think it'll blow over a lot better. But he doesn't have to do a motherfucking thing. And I'm in that with this. Stop letting people gaslight you. That was wrong with you motherfuckers on social media. You look for people to validate your actions. Stop letting people validate your fucking actions. Stop being a marionette. Stop being a fucking puppet on strings or with your hand up your ass. Them trolls were laughing their ass out when you beat that man's ass. They don't give a fuck. It's like these YouTubers, they've been coming up dead left and right. I just seen like 2 or 3 of them die. The little stubby white guy, I can't think of his name. I seen he died. The one that used to take drugs and eat a lot of unnecessary food. I can't think of his name. His father found him deceased. Then the other guy that wanted to touch your muscles and shit, he dead. And some other ones done died. But you gotta stop letting people entice you what to do. I can't remember the YouTuber's name. Jim, you might remember him, especially you back on the NBA gravy train back in the day. The guy that was in New York that always had the cops coming to his house. He ended up jumping in the Hudson Bay or some shit in the river and killed his fucking self live on YouTube. I can't think of his fucking name, but they found him like a day later. He floated up the river dead, motherfucker. That guy. It's people like that, man. Like, stop letting people. I mean, a Chinese girl just killed herself. A wrestler or something just killed herself because of horrible remarks on the internet. It's the internet. You have people that all they do is troll. You have people that are legitimately miserable. And you can be doing everything right. And they would say, I can't stand that motherfucker. All she do is pretend that she's so happy. He or she, fuck that, blah, 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 blah. If you let random ass strangers' thoughts get to you, get your ass off the internet. Grow you some thick ass skin. Misery love company. Don't give them the ammunition to watch you take yourself out or fail. Don't give them what they're seeking, validation. And for God's sakes, don't give them joy off of your misery. Fuck people. That's just, I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I'm being legit. I love my wife and kids. Their opinion matters to me. How they might feel about me, I have no control over. But when they say things to me, it does matter why, because they are my family. They is my responsibility. My job is to protect them. Complete strangers and friends and other family members, it's not my job. I don't give a fuck what my parents might think about me. It's not my job to lose sleep over them. They raised me, I'm grown. I don't live in their houses no more. I don't care what people might think about me. Because if I worry about what everybody think about me, that means I'm seeking validation and I don't love myself enough to tell myself that I'm a great person and I can change certain things about myself and I can do better if I think I'm doing bad. If you can't tell yourself that and have a conversation, to quote Michael Jackson, to be a man in the mirror and look at yourself and figure out what the fuck is going on with you, then you fail at life. You fail. My job as a trainer, though, is to tell you how to improve your overall physique and mental health and shit. It's not my job to make you feel appreciated, validated. Ain't my job to provide you with a dopamine rush. That is your job. Figure out how to make yourself be happy without the necessary needs and emojis and hearts from strangers. And that's what's going on with all these TikTokers, streamers, YouTubers and shit. That's why they do it. They love validation. When I post a picture of my physique from time to time, I don't care if nobody likes it or not. I'm just showing y'all my progress. I don't need validation to know that I'm making progress. My workouts let me know I'm making progress. My physique is telling me I'm making progress. But I want to share my progress. But I don't have to do that. But when I do it, best believe I take the criticism and the actual appraisals. Because if my physique look ugly to some, let me see where it's ugly at. Okay, well, yeah, I can understand. Okay, I'll make it better here. I don't have to hide comments Unless I know you're just trying to troll, then I might block you because I don't fucking deal with trolls. But I'm not doing it because I need their validation. I don't need nobody's validation about shit about life. Stop putting your business all on the internet, because a lot of you do that shit too. And then you wonder why people be in your business. And then when they get in your motherfucking business, you mad. Stop snitching on yourself. Stop dry snitching, you stupid motherfuckers. That's what y'all do. What's up, cuzzo? That's what y'all do. Stop snitching on yourself. Half of y'all be dry snitching, don't know because you talk too fucking much. Half of y'all be dry snitching and don't know you be dry snitching until it's too late. Then when your ass get caught up in something, you mad in the motherfucker. You done dry snitch. That's just like how Rampage Jackson just dry snitched on himself by being on the internet streaming, calling his son, gaslighting him. Indirectly gaslighting him. Dry snitching on yourself. Let me get to Trump. I'm not a big Trump supporter. I agree with some of his policies. But I got a question. I got a legitimate question. Raise my seat up here. I got a legitimate question. And I really want to know this. Why do y'all want the man dead so motherfucking bad? Now listen, I wish no ill will on no human being. Unless there's child molesters, rapists, and fucking elderly abusers. I believe they should be taken out and fed to sharks like chum. Yeah, I see you put your beautiful profile pic up there, girl. I see you. Unless they want to be did like that. See, that shit. I have no love for child molesters, rapists, and fucking school shooters. The ones that go like that asshole who killed himself up there and shot them kids up. Like people like that, they deserve the worst type of fucking find a wood chipper and throw them in there and then throw their remains out to the sharks. I believe that. But besides that, if you just a shit talking motherfucker that's running the country, because let's face it, America put Trump in there. Understand. America put Trump in there. Understand what that means now. That means the majority of America voted for Donald Trump. Now that y'all ain't getting what you want, now y'all want the man to be dead. You want to kill the motherfucker. Everybody tried to tell y'all what he was going to do when he got in there. And listen, Kamala Harris wasn't going to be no better. She was going to take my money, your money, and give it to all the little fairies and help Ukraine. It was a shit show no matter what the issue was going to be. It was a shit show. Okay? We all know Trump is sick. He got that vein issue, bad circulation and shit. He bruised easily and shit. And no, he's not healthy. Trump is obese. Trump eat Mickey D's all the time. I remember seeing pictures of him on his first term on Air Force One with a shit ton of McDonald's. Okay? The man is not healthy at all. However, I'm not going to wish no ill will on fucking Donald Trump. All I want Trump to do is to actually do his fucking job and make America great again. What that means? Bring inflation down. Stop fucking goddamn cutting funds from every motherfucking thing just to put it in other places. Why not put those funds into accounts where it goes to the states, and then at the state level, the state government, who already has that type of system here in Georgia at least, right? They use their funding, but they can take the federal funding and make more jobs. More people work, more wages being paid, the better you can combat inflation. Because the way you combat inflation is spending. See, you can either ratchet prices so high that the consumer can't spend, which will force the inflation to cool down so the Fed chair can lower the interest rate. Or you can put more jobs in the economy so more people can go out and work to where you have more money going back to the federal sector and at state level sector which in turn will make states can pay all their debts and taxes, which in turn will lower inflation. But I'm a nigga. I don't understand economics. If we stay out of everybody's affairs, and I'm talking to you, Donald Trump, I'm talking to all the bitches up in Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike. If we would stay out of everybody's business, stop trying to dictate what other countries do, and worry about America, just America, not Mexico, not Canada, not the UK, not Asia. If we would just worry about ourselves, we wouldn't be in this predicament. All these tariffs that's being shot up to try to force shit to happen. Where's all the money from that? What it caused was inflation because the other countries increased their taxes on our shit that goes over there. So we gotta pay to send our shit to their country like they gotta pay to send shit here. So that increased the inflation, not just here, but around the world. Because the most powerful currency in the world is the almighty American dollar. It can be spent everywhere. Just like the universal donor, O positive, O negative blood type, negative AB, it can go anywhere. Well, O, not AB. But O negative is like the universal. It can go anywhere. O positive is all O's. O negative like the best fucking asshole out there. If I recall my blood right, I think it's O negative. Somebody go correct me. I think it's O negative. I'm A positive, so I'm fucked. I can only give the A positive people. So, but that's besides the point. Trump was talking to Putin a couple weeks ago, talked with Zelensky a couple weeks ago. He's been sick. Okay. I'm not saying he ain't sick, but y'all trying to say the man on his deathbed. Now, I watched him at his press conference yesterday. I would be the first one to say he looks a little fatigued. His skin's not bulging. You can always tell him somebody got water, holding a little water. That's normally a health thing. It's not so much a bad thing versus your face being kind of shriveled in, dried up like you're dehydrated or, something's going on with you. So he don't look like his usual energetic self. But it's flu season. I'm getting over the flu. My son was sick 2 weeks ago, and I ended up catching what he had. I never got a full-blown tip. However, I was fatigued all week, congested as fuck. When I tell you I had enough mucus and snot, it will filled up my motherfucking cup after about 4 or 5 days. Like I was draining. So there is a lot of shit in the air going around. But for y'all to want the man to die and wishing he's dead, that is some stupid ass shit. If y'all didn't want the man in there, you shouldn't have voted for him. But that's not really the real reason why I want to talk about Donald Trump. What's with this? I'm a send the National Guard to Chirac, aka Chicago. Crime ain't as bad as one might think it is in Chicago. Crime is not as bad nationwide as it usually would have been around Labor Day weekend and the 4th of July weekends and shit. Number one, because everybody owns guns now. Everybody owns. I got 2 here. I'm going to buy about 5 more. Got a spare one in the car. Everybody owns guns. So the average hoodlum that might get his britches too big and think he can just shoot up the joint and he might not get shot, is having second and sometimes third thoughts about just pulling out guns and going to the OK Corral. That's one. Two, crime is being dealt with a little bit harsher at state levels. A lot of people, and I live in Atlanta. We call it Atlanta Stan. I live in Atlanta, the metro anyway. Since I've been out here for almost 10 years, I can truly say that crime is getting better. But number one, Georgia is stand your ground state. And number two, once again, many of us, especially in my neighborhood, owns guns. And you can carry that bitch in the Walmart, especially vets with an honorable discharge. You can carry that motherfucker right in the Walmart. It can be on your side. They can't say shit. They gonna ask you your veteran ID or, to make sure you ain't no criminal. What's up, Randall? So a lot of violent crimes are going down because everybody, for the most part, has a weapon. And ain't no one trying to get shot for trying to be a hard ass. Y'all guys been watching Active Self-Protection, the police videos, shit, police activity. Dumb motherfuckers trying to be hard and they get their ass hemmed up. And they leaking. They done died. They last words was, oh shit. Motherfuckers ain't playing with dumb ass motherfuckers no more. This ain't 1999 and 2005 and fucking 2015 where you think you just gonna rumble somebody and do something and not get your ass dealt with. So crime rate has been coming down. It's been coming down. Now, the reason why Trump is doing all this shit is to deflect from the interest rate being so high, the tariffs not working. Oh yeah, and the Epstein shit. How can you force another state without Congress approval to utilize their National Guard to try to patrol the streets of Chicago? Now, see, in D.C., he didn't need Congress approval because it's in the federal district. He has executive control over everything within D.C. That's why D.C. had the treatment that it had. Because D.C. is separate from Maryland and Virginia. D.C. is its own district. And Trump has full federal control over everything in the District of Columbia. He didn't need the mayor's approval. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. It's my goddamn fucking district. Fuck it. But he can't come to Atlanta, Georgia and tell Brian Kemp, who is the top law in this state, he runs this state, and say, hey, I'm gonna fucking take your goddamn National Guard without Congress approving them. That's why you have state governments. I'm gonna take your goddamn National Guard and fucking utilize them. XYZ. Can't do that. For those of us that's been in the military, Donald Trump is like the command sergeant major. He's an E9. And the governors are sergeant majors. Actually, Donald Trump would be like the command sergeant major of the Army, because I'm Army, right? And the fucking goddamn governors would be command sergeant majors. They're all E9s. The only difference is Trump is like the command sergeant major of all the Army. He's like the top E9. So he has a little bit more pull. But when it comes to rank, he's the exact same as a normal command sergeant major. I don't give a fuck you want to call him a 4-star general. What that means, the governor's a 4-star general too. He's just a 4-star general of the Army, and the governor's is 4-star generals. He just give him a little bit more pull, but not to the point to where he can just take over their shit. Don't work like that. You got to have Congress to pass that shit. And Congress ain't going to pass that shit. You know why? Those constituents up there in Congress they got to continue to have a job too. And if they get behind and vote in favor of Trump and let the National Guard just run wild across them fucking states, guess what that does to the constituents that might have voted for them in the past that are Republicans? They ain't gonna vote for them no fucking more. They might lose a job. So they're not gonna do that unless they just need to do it. Period. I don't think Trump understands how government works. Because that's how it works. He can't go to Texas and tell Greg Abbott, the wheelchair man, bionic man, I'm going to take over your National Guard, Greg. Now, Texas has its own separate National Guard, believe it or not. Like, I'm from Texas. If I recall, I think Texas has its own Air Force, its own National Guard, its own Coast Guard. Like, it has its own branches of the military just for Texas. Which is smart. Because that way he ain't got to worry about dealing with the federal shit. I mean, Greg Abbott got full control over the Texas National Guard, the Texas Coast Guard, the Texas Air Force. And he still got control over the Texas National Guard. But I mean the U.S. National Guard, like the National Guard, the Army National Guard, but not to the extent of him having his own Texas divisional shit. So the point I'm trying to say is this: all this deflection, Donald Trump it's not helping your case. You pissed off your constituents, pissed them off. Then you got JD Vance back there. He's an Iraq vet. I'm an Iraq vet. Then JD, you motherfucker, you sitting back there lost, dazed and confused. You a combat vet that's vice president. Tulsi Gabbard's a combat vet that is up there as our national security director, if I recall. Pete Hegseth is a combat vet, and I don't know what he's about text messaging and shit. I'm a combat vet. Where's the urgency to protecting the American people and really putting America first and not being loyal to a party, but to your constituents? What's up, boy, Shinny Ganny? Yeah, I've been busy, but I'm trying to get back to form, man. I'm trying to get back. I'm doing 2 streams today. When I get done with this, the next one gonna be simulcast on my Facebook as well. It's gonna be about football. So if you want to watch football, stay tuned. And then I'm gonna be back on Friday for just a pure reaction. Open up the fucking stream and let you guys come on, man. That'll be for Friday. So react. It's gonna be just straight reactions. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we'll talk about. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. That's Friday stream. After my deadlifting session Friday morning, I'm gonna come in, probably be sweaty and shit, but I'm gonna come on in, get ready to stream for Friday. So, but it should be about the constituents. Like, yeah, I know you ready. I'm doing it Friday. No shit. I'm being Friday. That's what I'm doing Friday. I wonder if Skylar's all right. I ain't seen Skylar in a while. He's all right. Shout out to Skylar. Skylar's all right. All y'all guys been all right. So, but anyway, I'm done with Trump. I'm gonna save Hussein Farhat for last because I just want to ask him something. I saved the Hussein Farhat shit for last. WWE real quick, and Jamie, this is your forte here. I sat back and watched Clash in Paris Sunday. Okay. For the most part, the event was all right. We get to our main event, and I knew Seth Rollins wasn't going to drop. I knew Seth Rollins was going to drop that fucking belt. Okay? I mean, not drop the belt, not lose the belt. He just got it back, guys. And I'm tired of Seth Rollins. See, what they're doing with Seth Rollins and fucking that twig Becky Lynch, they're trying to be like Triple H and Stephanie, and it's fucking horrible. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not gonna waste time. CM Punk didn't win the match. Seth Rollins did because Becky Lynch got involved at the end of the match. Okay, I watched Raw Monday, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why is Becky Lynch getting involved in some shit? Then I started thinking, I was just reading about AJ Lee. Because I wonder what she's been doing. Then it dawned on me, oh my God, this is some Triple H, Stephanie, Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey, fucking goddamn Matt and Lita mixed tag shit's about to fucking goddamn happen. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Punk made the statement that I'm gonna get Seth Rollins, and I'm also gonna deal with you too. Now, Punk won the belt. Punk actually had the belt for 5 minutes. He was a world champion last month for 5 minutes at SummerSlam. Okay, keep that in mind for 5 minutes. All right. So now, are you bringing AJ Lee back in for a one-off match just for views? Because see, I don't think the WWE wanted her back. I think ESPN wanted her back to make people want to buy the app. Under WrestlePalooza, y'all got so horrible with names that the next pay-per-view or premium live event is WrestlePalooza. That sounds like some AEW Wrestle Dream shit. Now, I was highly invested for a while. Then I started losing interest when you turn Cena back good. Then the guy had to come out and apologize to the little kid that he said his dad didn't raise him right, some shit that he did fucking years ago. Earlier this year when they was overseas. Cena said something. I can't remember the exact phrase, but I remember him saying something that your kid and your dad raised right, some shit. Apologize to the goddamn kid and all this motherfucking shit. But I stopped losing interest then, especially when you put the belt back on Cody Rhodes. Now, I know the final boss done slimmed down. He like an uncircumcised penis at this point. But he slimmed down for a movie that he's working on. Boxing movie or some shit. I believed in my heart that Cena and The Rock was going to get it on for the third and final time. And that The Rock was going to take the belt back from Cena and save wrestling. Excuse me. But that's not the case. No, that's not the case. PP man Brock Lesnar comes back. F5 Cena. Now it seems like we're getting Cena and Brock Lesnar. And I don't think it's going to be Cena's last match. But we're getting Cena and Brock Lesnar either at WrestlePalooza or probably Survivor Series. If I had to be a betting man, probably Survivor Series. So that begs the question, what about Cody Rhodes? Is Cody going to hold that belt? Roman Reigns got beat up. Surprised he didn't get his shoe stolen by the tribal thief. He's out indefinitely. That's just to write him off for vacation again. I think he's still dealing with his leukemia or some shit. So, who's going to challenge Cody Rhodes? Is Randy's going to win his 14 time, I think, world title? Or 15 times, one or two, from Cody? Or is it gonna be LA Knight? Yeah, I forgot Street Fighter got a movie coming out. I can't wait to watch that shit. Which I gotta get back on Street Fighter 6 now. I think I might play it in a while. Some of you guys been asking me to stream my games. I'm about that's my stomach growling a little bit. I'm about to eat a little bit. I'm going to do that. I think I'm gonna start streaming some games and have a little fun with you guys. I rarely play my games. Hell, Jamie's friends on my PlayStation Network. I'm rarely on there. He can tell you I'm rarely on there. So I'm gonna make some time and stream some games. But anyway, and I was just about to say, is it gonna be LA Knight? Because let's face it, and Jamie, you said this late last year, if I recall, right before the Royal Rumble, that LA Knight was championship material. His promos isn't all that good, but I believe that championship material, absolutely. I think he'll be a good champion for at least a couple of fucking months. But back to Punk and Rollins. I wants to know, because we all know Wrestlepalooza, AJ Lee is going to be at Raw on Monday. Mark my words. Or SmackDown, because Punk's on SmackDown right now. SmackDown. AJ Lee will be at SmackDown Friday. If not this Friday, the following Friday. You brought back Nikki Bella. We know they wasn't going to beat no goddamn Becky Lynch. Now you got Jade Cargill. That's probably going to beat Tiffany Stratton finally at Wrestlepalooza. You got Io Sky going against that fine Mexican chick. I can't think of her name, but who she fine? Oh, Lord, she fine. If my wife watches my streams, don't worry. She'll say, you motherfucker. Ooh, my wife fine too. But, I look at women. That bitch fine. Who she fine? Lord, she fine. You got to think that she's going to beat Io Sky. Because I got a feeling Asuka's going to interfere in Io Sky's match and cause that. We can see the seeds of that. So she's probably going to be a world champion. The other chick, I can't think of her name right now. The Vasquez shit. She fine as fuck. So you're going to have probably 2 women champions, new champions come Wrestlepalooza. Cody Rhodes, don't know who you're going to fight just yet. And you got a mixed tag match, probably with Punk, Becky Lynch, going against AJ Lee and Seth Rollins. ESPN, that's not a good card, ESPN. You know what would have been a real good card, ESPN? Stephanie Valkyrie. Oh, yeah. Boy, she fine. Oh, she fine. You know what would have been a real good card for Wrestlepalooza? What the fuck is called? Opening match. You know what would have kicked it off? Really fucking nice. Real good opening match. Not no tag match with the fucking Wyatt 6. They need a dark match. Okay? You know what would have kicked that off? Really good. I would have put Dirty Dom out there. Right? Not against fucking goddamn AJ Styles. Not even that wannabe fake ass Lucha Libre. What the fuck he is? The one that acting like Kurt Angle. Fucking, I can't think of his fucking name. The one that just saved his ass from losing his fucking belt. No. You go ahead and you bust up the Judgment Day. And you make it a triple threat match between him, the McDonough guy, and fucking Finn Balor. Keeping Dom to win the belt by interference, right? but not interference from what's her name, the one that's out right now, Liv Morgan. No. You get Rhea Ripley back involved with Dirty Dom. Because to me, it seemed like Rhea Ripley is falling in love with Io Sky or some shit. You know what? You know what the second match would have been? Sami Zayn is now the Intercontinental Champion. Right? Not Intercontinental, US Champion. Okay? I would love to see Sami Zayn and Jacob Fatu. And I know what you're thinking. It's going to be a one-sided match. No, they both can work real good in the fucking ring. Of course, Sammy will retain because Solo will get involved. So far, so good. I think he will. I think that's what's going to happen. I believe they're going to drop the belt. He's going to win, but I think he's going to drop it eventually. Okay? Third match for the WWE Championship. No, for the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Valkyrie against Io Sky. Asuka interfere. That Stephanie Valkyrie wins the match. New World Champion. Now you got beef with Io Sky and Asuka. And that whole stable is going to break up because the other chick in the stable with Asuka is, what's her name? Kanye Zane, what the fuck her name is. She and Io seem to be best buddies. Okay. Fourth match. You go ahead and do Jey Uso, LA Knight, get it out the way. Winner of that match gets a title shot at the following pay-per-view. Kairi Sane. Right? Get it out the fucking way. Okay? The sixth match should be for the WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill against funky ass Tiffany Stratton. Both of them fine to me. But we all know Jade Cargill gonna win. Unless Bianca Belair got something to say about it. Okay. So far, so good, right? So far, so good. Then we have, what is it, match 7 now? You go ahead and do the mixed tag team match with Seth Rollins and fucking Becky Lynch against AJ Lee and CM Punk. Whoever gets the pin gets a title match for both belts. So if CM Punk now win, CM Punk gets a title shot from Seth Rollins, and fucking goddamn AJ Lee will get a title shot from Becky Lynch. Then the main event, Cody Rhodes and whoever the fuck he's gonna go against for the WWE World Heavyweight, the WWE Championship, introducing Randy Orton. Some shit like that. That will be a real good hot card to look at. Right there. Just that. It's easy. Just have the women's tag team match pre-show. Have the men's tag team match pre-show. There you go. You got 10 stellar matches, 2 pre-show, 8 live. That's how you would get me involved to watch some shit, right? But John Cena gotta have a fight. So is it gonna be Cena and Brock there as well? Or is Cena and fucking Logan Paul gonna have one more fight? Because John Cena gotta have a fight at WrestlePalooza too, I recall. I believe that's gonna happen. I don't. Jey Uso don't get that title back no time soon. Hey, what's up, Sam, man? Been watching your Sonic video. What's going on, boss? So that's what I would do. And like I say, later on down the line, before I end this with Hussein Farhat, they give me about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be back live on Facebook and here, talk about football. Gonna be a good hour and a half me roasting, because it's football season, motherfuckers. It's football season. No, okay, hold up. Okay, because that's what I'm gonna tell you about Montez Ford. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you about Montez Ford. It seems to me that Street Profits is about to separate. I watched that Y6 match at Clash in Paris. Looked like it's some animosity brewing between the two. So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. I think Montez Ford is the better technical wrestler out of the stable. And I think he would make a good Intercontinental Champion. Because like I said, it's a workhorse belt. See, once you get the Intercontinental Championship, for us that's been watching this business for a very long time, the moment you get that belt, 9 times out of 10, well, I say 8 out of 10, you usually go for a world championship after that. Like the Intercontinental title and to some extent the US title. A lot of people that get the Intercontinental title, they go after the WWE title. And the ones that get the US championship a lot of times go after the world heavyweight title. So yeah, I think they're gonna break up. So look at you. You said Dirty Dom, the AAA World Lubre champion. He's gonna get that. Whoever gets the Intercontinental title is in line to go for a world title in the WWE, in my opinion. That's normally what happens. You look, Shawn Michaels was an Intercontinental champion, Stone Cold, Triple H, all of them. The Rock, and they all had world titles after that. And you can look at some U.S. champions like AJ Styles, John Cena, and they all became world champions after that. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose was U.S. champion. Roman Reigns was one. So, yeah, I can't wait for them to break up, Sam. So, once you get the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title, you are setting yourself up to make a strong argument to take the next big step, assuming your storyline, or whatever you are involved in, assuming that is putting eyes on the product. See, so right now, Dom is in a real good place. And Dom can be a multi-world champion. He can drop that belt and then be AAA World Lubre champion for AAA, and then come back and be thrown into a World Heavyweight Championship match for the WWE and have two simulcast titles simultaneously for two completely different promotions within the WWE. Like legit, he can do that, and that would solidify him as being better than Rey Mysterio. Because let's face it, we all seen that match this past Monday. He took AJ Styles to the woodshed. Of course, AJ sold a lot of stuff, but still, Dominic Mysterio 3 years ago was green as shit. He done really picked up. I love his character. Yeah, I love his character. I love his character. So I can see him being a world champion. There's no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. That's going to happen. And guess what? He ain't here first. It's going to happen when Rey Mysterio gets back in his corner. When Rey retired from in-ring competition and become more of a manager, and the Judgment Day do bust up eventually, and Rey forms something with Dom and they do their thing, that's when that boy gonna get that world title. Watch what I tell you. And it's gonna be at a WrestleMania. It's gonna be like at one of the big 4 events. Not no Money in the Bank, WrestlePalooza shit. The big 4. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series. That boy gonna become world champion. You can come right back to this stream and say, Savar was right. But I'm not looking too forward to WrestlePalooza. I'm not really looking forward to paying ESPN fucking almost $30 a fucking month. I pay Netflix $24 a month. Hulu about $17. Peacock gets $10. Fucking Paramount Plus gets $6. And I got fucking cable. I ain't ready to add another. The NFL Network get $50 a year from me. Hey, D. Malenko, hey, that was a motherfucker. That was a motherfucker. He was good. All I want to know is when Brock Lesnar come back, is Cena's going to beat him? That's all I want to know. Because we all know what's going to happen with Brock Lesnar. Before I end it with her saying Farhat and then get ready to start my next stream real quick. Well, I got the no ass on Peacock. See, Peacock was included with Xfinity for like $5, but I paid like an extra 2 or 3. Here, it might be $10, but it's for no ads. I ain't want all the fucking ads. Peacock Premium shit. So is Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman getting back together? Because see, I'm gonna end the wrestling talk with this. And don't worry, more of these videos to come. More of these to come. And before I forget about that, when I start doing my reactions on Friday, it's anything, guys. From fitness to anime. It's whatever y'all got on me to talk about and react to. Put it in the Discord. The Discord link is at the top of the chat. You want to join Discord? We have tabs in there where you can put stuff for me to react to. Put it in the tab or just private DM it to me. I will react to it this Friday, right? I'm not going to watch none of the shit you're putting in there until Friday. I'm going to give you a legitimate reaction. If there's any YouTube videos you guys want me to watch, just let me know. Put it in the chat. I'll click on it, and we'll go from there. So, Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman. You got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. I don't think Braun Breaker's going to be championship material. He don't have Scott Steiner. That's his uncle. He don't have that Scott Steiner charisma to him. He has his daddy charisma. I can't think of Scott Steiner's brother's name, but I don't see Braun Breaker or fucking Bronson Reed being world championship material. Yeah, IC champion maybe, tag team champions maybe, US champion maybe. He's not. Is Brock Lesnar gonna come back and bust up that stable to get Paul Heyman back? Because the bloodline is dissolved now. Like it's right now, it's dissolved. Bloodline is not around no more. Okay. It'll be back like how DX went on hiatus for like 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden DX came back with just Triple H and Shawn Michaels. It's gonna come back. So right now, it's just Roman Reigns doing his own little thing. And I prefer it that way for a while. It's Brock and Heyman getting back together to get revenge on CM Punk, to get revenge on Roman Reigns, probably get revenge on Seth Rollins for putting him in harm's way, because Seth Rollins formed that stable. That stable didn't protect Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman got guillotine choked out by Roman Reigns. Therefore, receipts are due. Is Brock Lesnar going to go out to Cody Rhodes with Heyman? Because we know it's going to happen, guys. It's been 2-3 years without Heyman and Brock Lesnar. So we know that's going to happen. I just want to know what's the storyline. Because see, guess what? Guess what, guys? It's about that time of the year again. It's been about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. Let me see. About 3 years. So it's about that time for the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship to be unified again. They do this shit every 3 to 5 years. It's about that time. Is Brock Lesnar about to be your next WWE World Heavyweight Universal Champion? Because that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Yeah, Sam, they do this shit every 3 or 4 years. They'll bust the belts up, and then all of a sudden they'll unify the belts for 3 or 4 years, and then they'll bust them up again. And I know it always seems to happen right around the time Brock Lesnar comes back from time to time. Is this Brock last hurrah? WrestleMania, what is this? 42 or 41, I believe. It's looking very unappealing to me right now. And I know it's next April, but April it's September, guys. April is knocking real quick. You'll know by Survivor Series what's going to happen with the belts. You'll know. If they do that champion versus championship, champion versus champion, with and then the winner of the belts of the match get the belts, because that's when it normally happens. Survivor Series. Just saying. I'm just saying. After Brock get done with Cena, because we all know Cena ain't gonna lose to Brock Lesnar. Brock always beat him at SummerSlam, then Cena gets retribution. After Brock get done with Cena, what's next for Cena? Dwayne Johnson. I believe that's still gonna be his final match. And for some reason, I still believe that The Rock is gonna somehow, some way have a championship match. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but for somehow, some way, it may be a triple threat match. It's gonna be Cena versus Rock. But something's telling me The Rock is gonna come back with his old crusty ass, and he's gonna have a belt. He gonna have a belt. Listen, he got one, the People's Champion, but if they unify those belts at SummerSlam, The Rock is gonna get his hands on that belt, and The Rock is gonna be the final boss for Cena. Watch, because that match got to be big. It's Cena's last match. It's gonna be for championship gold, man. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Ain't no way Cena's final match won't be for a title. It ain't no way. And you know what? Triple threat match. I just thought about this. Guys, take it to the bank. Triple threat match. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, The Rock. What do all three of them guys in common? What do all three of those got in common? I tell you, last year WrestleMania when Cody won the belt, who came out there to help Cody when he was getting beat up by the bloodline? John Cena. Then who came out after that talking shit, coming down the ramp, talking about he the fucking goddamn final boss, got in the ring, got face to face with Cena, and rock bottom Cena? The Rock. Who sold The Rock want that he didn't get, so he went and got another soul that done turned his back on him? Cody and John Cena. It will be epic for The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Cena to have a match. And listen, Cody will lose the belt because Cody can't beat John Cena. John Cena won't win the belt because Rock gonna beat him with a low blow. He gonna do something. Rock gonna win it. He got his payback. Cena turned his back on him, went back to being good. Cody owed him anyway. That's when the evil bloodline comes back. So it's a triple threat match, no DQ anyway. They get involved, beat them up, Rock win the belt 1, 2, 3. That way, if Cena lose like that, He got jumped on his last match. He didn't outright just lose. He got jumped. So he didn't really lose. He was jumped. Now, they could let Cena win. He can take that belt. And now you got a chance to make a new belt just so you can do the unification belt at Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania. So I'm just saying, I think that's where they're going with that. I'm just take it to the bank. Take it to the goddamn bank. It's going to be Rock Cena or Rock Cena and Cody Rhodes. Watch. It don't even have to be for the belt. It's going to still be a funny, good-ass match. All right, let me end this stream with this, and then I'm going to start my next one in about 15 minutes. Don't take long to talk about the Cowboys and the Eagles and other football, because I can't, I'm saving all my shit for that stream. Cowboy fans, don't. Anyway, if you guys been living under a rock, Hussein Farhat, no thanks to Greg Doucette, has been outed as not being natural. Now, I honestly don't care about his natty status. A few days after all that happened, Hussein dropped a video blaming Jeff Nippert of some shit, saying that Jeff is trying to throw him under the rug and X, Y, fucking Z. Now, I know this happened a couple weeks ago, but once again, I was sick and off. I was going to talk about this shit when it first happened, but whatever. So I'm going to be brief, like 2-3 minutes on this shit, because I'm ready to start my next stream. Jeff Nippert doesn't need to throw anyone under the bus. And I don't know Jeff. I'm not friends with Jeff. But numbers speak volume. Jeff channel makes a lot of fucking money. Do I think Jeff was naive? Just a little bit. Do I really believe that Jeff didn't think that Hussein Farhat wasn't natural? No. That's why he had the blood test did. And that's why he made that statement that there's a chance he probably wasn't all natty. But then he cycled off and been off for a couple of years. There's all the evidence that Hussein Farhat hasn't been uploading any new pictures as of late. So his physique hasn't really changed that much, or if anything, regressed a little bit. See, when your ass get caught in shit, the last thing you want to do is throw a lot of shit. And Hussein Farhat did the same thing Rajah Jackson did. You know what that is? He let some people that he will not never meet in his comment section gaslight him, back him to a corner. Greg Doucette is the reason why you are not irrelevant. Let me look at your fucking channel real quick before I fucking get off here. Let me look at something. Let me look at your fucking channel. Oh man. Your views have tanked. They have tanked. You guys can't see this. I'm gonna check Jeff Nipper's sub count too before I get over here. They have tanked. Greg's ain't no better. Oh man. They have tanked. So guys, let me show you something real quick. Let me show y'all something. Show you something. You see this video he just did 5 days ago? 27,000. 150,000. 500, 500,000. His views was actually pretty decent. This is average for him. Look at that. Jeff gave you 1 million views. And then you try to say he almost destroyed your career, but he gave you 1 million views. You went from this to this. Grant didn't give you shit. Grant didn't give you shit. Grant didn't give you shit. Average. Grant didn't give you shit. Blood test, that was average. Yo, that was average. You were doing pretty decent. But Jeff came on your channel and got 1 million. I don't see no other videos on here that's even close to that. So Jeff ruined your career, but Jeff gave you 1 million fucking views. Let's check out Jeff fucking Nipper. Let's see if Jeff got any more subs. Jeff is up to 7.5 million. When this beef started, Jeff Nipper had 7.2 million people. So 1.6 million views. I just want you guys to understand how they trying to deflect. 1.6, 1.9, 1.5, 3.4, 5.4. All these are millions. Those are millions. The next video Jeff makes, see his number right here, 1.6 million. The next video, I'm gonna make myself small so you guys can get. I'm just put myself out. The next video that Jeff makes after this one, he normally does one once a month, so it's coming up. I bet you it have about 3, 4, no, 8 million. I'm gonna give 8 million views. So many people gonna anticipate that motherfucking video is not gonna be funny. Last but not least, look at Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette channel fell the fuck off. I don't even want to read the comments. Look, he had to talk about The Rock losing weight for a movie, but I didn't even watch the video. I read the comments and they were like, "Oh well, he's off the steroids and all this shit." Get the fuck out of here. Look at your channel, man. 2.3 million subs. After all of this shit happened, where's it at? This 2 weeks ago. That video, you went down 42,000, 52,000, 51,000. You had a couple of 100,000 view here, 100,000 view here, 100,000 view here, 300,000 because of Rajah Jackson. Togi, another Rajah Jackson. You tried to form Rajah, but people got tired of you talking about him. You tried to get money, views off of John Cena. Nobody care about John Cena. You called Dr. Mike Israel tall, ugly, and then The Rock. This is the most you had in forever. Forever, Greg. So, point I'm trying to make is this. Get this out of my screen. Add me back to the screen. And I'm done. Like on my next stream. Y'all nuked your own fucking channels, but you want to blame Jeff Nipper. Jeff is doing great. And I'm glad he ain't been forming videos about this shit. I'm so glad. Jeff, continue to do you. Now, if you guys give me about 15 minutes, if you're into football, I'm going to talk about every game coming up for about the next hour and a half on a simulcast stream, which will be on my Facebook and on YouTube. Because most of my football fans are on my Facebook. So, get ready. Put your goddamn favorite team caps on. I'm about to go in. No lube. No Vaseline. None of that. It's going to be raw, unfiltered. I'm going to talk about my team on Sunday. I will be doing Frack and Flag Crew for another season this year. So I'm going to probably lose my voice on Sunday as the boys hit the field. I'm out there waving the flag on the field with some fans. It's going to be epic. I'm probably going to stream that live too. As we go out the tunnel onto the field, it's going to be some epic shit. Try not to drop my cell phone on the field because I might not have time to pick it back up once I drop it on the field. So I'm gonna try. If not, I'm gonna record some bits and pieces from it. But I might try to stream that part live just for the first game. Ain't gonna do it every game, just for the first game, because the energy is gonna be electric. It's gonna be sold out, so we're expecting at least 40,000 people at the Benz, 30 to 40,000 people. The Bucks are coming to town, so that stream is coming up. Prepare for that, and then I'm gonna be back on Friday after that stream for a reaction stream. So give me about 15 minutes. I'll see you guys then. For those that don't come back, I will see you when you come back Friday if you attend the reaction stream. Until then, it's been your boy Savar Matner. I'm out here one for about 15 minutes. Peace.